Suppose here uh, this is the string to maintain some tension. Generally, we suspend some load here. Okay, this model actually we previously discussed, where the velocity of transfer slip. Now that part we are linking to frequency here today. Okay. When first it is placed in air, okay, the frequency is observed as mu1 in air, and when it is immersed in a liquid of specific gravity sigma, okay, means it is in liquid. Suppose the frequency is nu2. Here what he is saying, second time what the frequency he observed is 1 octave less compared to the first. Okay, that we have to understand the word, what is the meaning of octave. Suppose if I ask what is octave, then what do you say? Music means in music sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, we say all the syllables, general what we call it. Okay, in them first sa starts with sa, its frequency is 256 hertz now. Okay, followed by as usual re ga ma pa da ni, again you will get sa last one.
Eighth one.
Actually it is 8th term. Okay, 8th syllable. Okay, 8th syllabus is in octave with the first means. When we come to our physics, we never see whether it is 8th syllabus syllabi or not. We see our frequency now. The 8th frequency is exactly 512 hertz. Okay, in Sarigama Padanisa. So when we come to physics, how to interrelate the two frequencies which is in octave of the other? Suppose it is nu1, that is nu2. You see, Nana, exactly 512 is a double of 256.
Yes, sir.
Okay, double of 256 means nu2. You can write it as 2 times of nu1. So when we come to our physics, octave means not 8 times, it is double. Okay, this one, if nu2 is 2 times to nu1, then we say nu2 is 1 octave higher, what we say. Okay, higher of nu1. Higher means nu2 is equals to 2 times to nu1, 1 octave higher. In the same way, here nu2 is 1 octave lesser than nu1. If they say this is nu2 is equals to 1 octave less, means not nu1 by 8, this is nu1 by 2. These two, while solving the numericals, particularly in this chapter, throughout the chapter we have to remember. Throughout the chapter, anywhere in the chapter, if you get octave, in a hurry, don't substitute 8 times, substitute 2 times. Octave means. Okay?
So higher means 2 times, octave lesser means by 2.
Yeah. Octave higher means into 2, octave lesser means by 2. Okay? Right. Then here, what he said, after immersing in a liquid, when you come to this problem, he said the frequency in liquid, that is nu2, is 1 octave lesser. Lesser means I have to write nu1 into 2 or by 2?
By 2, sir.
Right. So this is the information given to us now. Okay. Then he is asking, find out what is the specific gravity. This is the question. Okay, sigma equals to how much? Right? Then here, I think you already remembered previously while saying about the velocity of transverse wave. When a solid is in air, the weight acts downwards. That weight creates some tension in the string. So first time here, if I say related to air, in air, the tension is equals to, I write it as mg now, weight in air. When it is immersed in a liquid, the weight becomes apparent weight. Okay, that apparent weight in a liquid. So this is the apparent weight in the liquid. That's why the tension developed the second time is equals to mg into 1 minus 1 by sigma. Okay. So you can write here, suppose he is saying when it is placed in air or in liquid, okay, it is vibrating in some fundamental mode. Fundamental means how many loops, Nana?
One loop, sir.
Very good. Fundamental mode or first octave or second octave, like I think you remembered all of them. Okay. In fundamental mode, n is equals to, I have to substitute 1 by 2l. N is equals to 1 loop. 1 by 2l into root of t by. Okay. Here I am not changing the length, constant. 2 is a constant, and I am not changing anything of the wire. So mu constant. Only here the tension is changed. That's why tension and frequency are interrelated as mu is directly proportional to root. Okay. This one, even when you come to theory, it is called as law of tensions now. Okay. So law of tension means how the frequency depends upon tension. That is, mu is directly proportional to root T. I think now we will get the answer. You can write here mu1 by mu2 is equals to root of T1 by T2 by substituting those values here. Mu1 by mu2 is mu1 by 2 equals to root of T1 is mg by mg into 1 minus 1 by sigma. Okay. Here you will get, that implies 1 by 1 by 2, that is 2 is equals to root of 1 by 1 minus 1 by sigma. Okay, so I think you are also doing it simultaneously. So you may get the answer here by squaring on both sides. 2 square is 4 is equals to 1 by 1 minus 1 by sigma. So 1 minus 1 by sigma is 1 by 4. So 1 by sigma.
Sigma
How much? 4 by? Very good, correct. Yeah, I am also getting the same. Sigma is equals to 4 by 3. Yes. When two strings here vibrated, what I give under these conditions, they are said to be in unison. Okay. Find out the number of loops formed, okay, in the two strings. Okay, this is what he said now, right? Number of loops means he is not saying both are vibrating in fundamental mode. I don't know even the number of loops in both. So you know the formula. Frequency is equals to n by 2l root of t by mu. This is our formula. T mu both are constant. Both are vibrating. Both are in unison. Unison means the frequencies are equal. So frequency is also constant. 2 is a constant. So I can write number of loops by length is equals to constant. So that I can write the number of loops is directly proportional to length. So I can say the ratio of number of loops from this. Am I right?
Yes, sir. N1 by equal to 2 is to 1.
Very good. N1 by N2 is equals to, you got 2 is to 1. Okay. So here What are the number of loops formed in the two strings if they ask? Suppose it is vibrating with the two loops, it is vibrating with one loop. Okay, one possibility. And here, multiply both numerator and denominator with 2 nana. If it is with 4, it is with 2. If it is with 6, it is with 3. And so on we have to learn.
2n no n.
Yeah. If the number of loops, very good. In this is n, that will be 2n. Okay, na? Right. Right. That's it. So these are the number of loops formed in the two strings. Okay. And here, suppose one more question. What he asked. This is one string, Nana, stretched between two supports. Okay. And anywhere you can plug. That is your wish. Okay. Suppose it is plugged at a distance of L by 8 from first end. Okay. You can say how many number of loops are formed there. It will be easy. Why? Because yesterday I told from left hand arm, plugging distance is equals to, remember that formula? From 1 end.
L by 2n.
Right. L by 2n, where n is number of loops. Then you are getting x distance, he gave it as L by 8. L by 8 is equals to L by 2n, means n is equals to, I think you understood, 4 number of loops. So the string vibrates with 4 loops here when it is stretched between two supports. Okay. This is of course one question related to the plugging distance from left hand. Okay. But here, actually my intention is not this one. He said when it is plugged at some distance, it is vibrating with some number of loops. Even I don't know the number of loops. Okay. By changing the distance, the number of loops also will be changed from this formula. But the difference between any two successive frequencies, okay, he observed it as 250 hertz. Any two successive frequencies, that is 250 hertz. And here velocity of transverse wave, okay, in it is say some 50 meters per second. Okay, then find out what is the maximum wavelength that can be formed in the stretched string. He is asking what is the maximum wavelength. Okay, so try to recollect now whatever we discussed yesterday. Did you remember the difference between any two successive frequencies formula, Nana? Yesterday we discussed like nu2 minus nu1 or nu3 minus nu2, any two successive is equals to, yesterday I gave one formula.
V by 2L.
Right, V by 2L, very good. Okay, this is one formula, the difference between any two successive frequencies, and you can remember that it is just nothing but fundamental frequency. Okay, if they ask here a simple question, the difference in two frequencies is 250 hertz, find out the fundamental frequency, no need to solve. The difference itself is the fundamental frequency. Then straight away you can put the option in exam, the fundamental frequency is also 250 hertz. Okay, but my question is, I am not asking fundamental frequency. Okay. Delta nu is given as 250. Velocity of transverse wave is given as 50. 50 by 2L. If I substitute the two values here, then I am going to something here. 55 is a. Okay. Yeah. L is equals to 1 by 5 2s are 10. That is 0.1 meter I got length. if I want the length of the string. Okay. But what he is asking, not even length. What is the maximum wavelength? This one you remember, Nana, yesterday I told? Maximum wavelength formed in a stretching string. The wavelength is maximum when the string is vibrating with one loop. First one gives maximum wavelength. One loop means length of one loop is lambda by 2. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Is equals to length of the string. Therefore, lambda is equals to 2L. This 2L is the first wavelength formed in the string, which is the maximum wavelength. Okay, yesterday I gave Nana, I think you noted down in your notes, that lambda max is equals to 2L. Okay, I think answer is over. L is 0.1. Therefore, lambda max is equals to 0.2 meters. Okay, it is the maximum wavelength, right? Here, this composite string, combination of two different materials, suppose vibrated, okay? Here, while vibrating, the joint is always a node, okay? Means this is node. Whereas here, surely there should be a node, and here also this should be a node. Why? Because rigidly fixed. The joint is always node means he is saying that wave is generated from lighter medium. Okay. While propagating into the second medium and stationary waves are formed in both. Okay. Of course, I am not asking the what is the ratio of amplitudes. That day we discussed actually ratio of amplitudes. What will be the amplitude of reflected wave? What will be the amplitude of transmitted wave? I think we got that day two different formula. Reflected like V2 minus V1 by V1 plus V2 into AI. That is, I think, 2V1 meter, 2V2 by V1, 2V1 by V1 plus V2 into AI. Okay, okay, leave it. That is different story, past. Now, today, if you come to here, my question is, always the junction is node means what will be the fundamental frequency of this composite wave? Okay, means new fundamental frequency of this composite string will be
Sir,
how much?
2V by 2L, sir. V by 2L, sir.
Since the total string is maintained under the same tension, okay, the frequency of first string with some n1 number of loops must be equals to the frequency of second string with n2 number of loops. Okay, they must be equal, right? So from this concept, what I say, here velocities are also not equal. We have to write V1 and V2 in the first string and second string. And here the lengths are also not equal. So I have to write them as L1 and L. Okay. So first I equate the N1 V1 by 2 L1 is equals to N2 V2 by 2 N2. I will get some information that is relation between N1 and N2. Okay. So first I am going to find out N1 into V1 is 80 by 2 into 4.8 is equals to N2 into V2 is 32 by 2 into 2.56. Okay. So by equating these two equations, I got here N1 by N2 is equals to 3 by 4. Okay. Then what I asked actually, what is the fundamental frequency of total composite string? Okay. That one, the fundamental frequency, I have to find out either using N1 V1 by 2L1 or N2 V2 by 2L. Okay. But problem is, I did not get the value of n1 and n2. No, I got the ratio, just 3:4. Okay. But logically think, this is a node means here there should be perfect number of loops, no doubt at all.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
perfect number of loops means 1, 2, suppose one, two, 3. Okay, there should be 3 loops or 4 loops or 5 loops. Likewise, you should get, but not 1.5, 2.5 or 1.25 like. Fractions not possible. Why? Because it is a node. Node means complete loops we may find. That's why you should not say this ratio as, sir, why don't I write this one as 1.5 by 2, sir? Still, if we divide with 2, both numerator and denominator. Okay, if you ask like this, I said your ratio here, whatever you took is wrong, Nana. That is 1.5 I got. 0.5, 0.25 not possible. That's why first possibility I am getting 3:4 only. Okay, later you can increase this number by 6 by 8, like 9 by 12, by multiplying numerator and denominator with 2 with 3, like 3 by 4, you can write it as 6 by 8, or you can write it as 9 by 12. Likewise, you can write the number. Okay, but first possibility I am getting 3 and 4. Okay, so fundamental mode means first possibility he is asking. First possibility I got from this ratio 3 only. N1 is 3, N2 is 4. This is the ratio of N1 to N. So we found finally the fundamental frequency is equals to N1 V1 by T1 means N1 I have to write 3 only, not 6, not 9, not blah blah blah. Okay, so 3 into either V1 by 2L1 or 4 into that is V2 by 2L2. Anything if you take, you will get the same answer only. Suppose if you take the first one 3 into V1 by 2L1, then you will get the answer. 3 into V1 is J2 by L1, 2 into L1 is 4. I think you will get the answer. Okay. This is 25. Have to solve, even though they give here the wire is made of 2 or different materials. Okay, logic is while vibrating the junction with a node, we have to write N1 V1 by 2 L1 is equals to N2 V2 by 2 L. Okay, in that what are N1 and N2? Least possible N1 and N2 values we have to find out without decimal points. Okay, that is the concept related to composite string. If you connect the string like this, means one end is fixed. Okay, it is the string. Other end is not fixed. It is passed through a pole with a small, okay, without friction. It is connected to a ring. That ring is a ring. This is okay. That ring here can slide up and down through this pole. This is a pole. Okay. That is a pole. It can slide up and down freely. Okay. By that, what happened? The disadvantage, if you try to vibrate this string, while vibrating, since it is not fixed to the pole, it can freely move up and down. What he said, it can move up and down means while vibrating and forming the stationary waves, the minimum possible wave will be formed like this. Okay, means here, since due to the free movement of this loop, means the ring here, which is passed through a pole without friction, at this end, the antinode may be formed. Okay, why? Because here you are getting maximum displacement. Okay, and here since it is fixed, node will be formed. Okay, Whereas the previous model, what we discussed, both ends are fixed. Both ends are fixed means here node and there node should be formed. That's why first possibility we got one loop there. Okay, this is the previous model, what we discussed. But here, if you observe, node and anti-node means I am getting for the full length only this part, node and anti-node. Half loop I got now.
Lambda by 4 is the length.
Yes, the length of the string is equals to lambda by 4. That's what I'm saying. Okay, in that case, we got L is equals to lambda by 2. That is full loop, this is half. Okay, so in the first possible model, there I got lambda maximum is equals to 2L. Previously we solved one numerical also. Here lambda maximum I am getting 4. Okay, this is the maximum wavelength. Okay, so if the velocity of transverse wave is v, generally we use the formula v is equals to mu lambda. Okay, from that the first frequency I am going to get here, mu1 is equals to v by lambda, whatever I got, and here lambda is maximum, that's why it is minimum. Minimum means the first frequency I am getting, which is a fundamental frequency, our physics term. And here, when you come to musical term, yesterday I told they are all harmonics, so it is called as first harmonic. So it is fundamental frequency or first harmonic. Here I am getting, this is V by lambda is 4L. Okay, means I am getting first frequency not 1 by 2L. There I think we remembered first frequency I got V by 2L. Okay, but here I got V by 4L. That is 1 by 4L into root of V is T by velocity of transverse wave is T by. Then it is 1 by 2L into root of T by. Okay, this model is identical to you when a rod, thin uniform rod, is fixed at one end. If it is a rod, then no need to pass the other string through a pole number. It is a string. If you leave it, its slats fall down. Okay, that is a rod. If you fix at one end, it is maintaining some stiffness, and without connecting here to a pole, it will freely, okay, float horizontally in air. Okay, means it is exactly identical to the first one. One end is fixed, other end is free. Same we got there. One end is fixed, other end is free. So if you hammer this one with a rubber hammer, then first mode you will get, since it is free, antinode is formed, other end node is formed. Okay, so in exam even they ask, that is one thin uniform rod and that is fixed at one end and the other end is left freely. Then you can simply copy and paste the same formula there. Okay, so lambda maximum how much if they ask, straight away same formula I copy and paste here. And what is the new minimum first frequency? Same thing I copy it.
By 4L into root
Root of T. Same. Okay, both are identical models. And then here, what will be the second possible frequency if they ask? Okay, here you told already, second possible frequency is 2 by 2L root of T by mu, which is 2 times to mu1. That's why we got the ratio 1:2:3:2 so on. That is known model, leave it. If I come to this one or that one, both identical models, suppose here second possibility means in the loop
V1 is to V2 equal to V by 2L now, sir.
No. Think wisely. One end should be node, other end always should be, is always antinode. Okay. So if you take one stationary wave here, Nana, suppose this is one stationary wave. You see here. In this stationary wave, one end is node, other end is anti-node means first possibility I took up to here. And you said this part of length is lambda by 4. Next, I should not take up to here. Why? Because it is becoming node and node. I require one end is node, other end is anti-node. Anti-node means I should go up to here.
3 lambda by 4.
Ah, yes. Up to here means the length should be second possibility. I am getting 3 lambda by 4. So L is equal to means you are getting one wave like this. Okay, while white wave. This is second possibility. So here the length of the rod, or in the first case the length of the string here is equal to I am getting 3 lambda by 4. So the frequency wavelength I am getting 4L by 3. Okay. After getting the wavelength, how to find frequency already we know. From the formula nu is equals to V by lambda. Here nu, second time what I am getting is equals to V by lambda by 4L by 3. That 3 will come to that. Means I am getting this is 3V by 4L. Means where V is root of T by. Okay. That frequency, what I'm saying, this is logic now, simple logic. Okay. If you get here like 2V by 2L, better you write this is mu 2. Okay. If you get here 3V by something, better you write this is not mu 2, mu 3. Okay. Means my logic is whatever the number you are getting in the common ratio of V by 4L, 1V by 4L, 3V by 4L, V by 4L is the common ratio. Here I got 1. That's why I wrote here mu 1. There I got 3, mu 3. That's why I call it as musical term. Since I got the third, number 3, I call it as third harmonic number. I am not calling it as second harmonic. That is my intention. What I say. Means here we are getting first harmonic, second harmonic, third harmonic in the previous model. Okay. But in this case, we are getting first harmonic, second harmonic is not there. Missed. Third harmonic. Okay. Means we are getting all possible natural numbers or only odd numbers.
Yeah, for antinode means odd numbers, sir.
That's why here I have to write in the first and in the first and last one. I can't write nu 1 is to nu 2 is to nu 3. I have to write nu 1 is to nu 3 is to odd number. Nu 5 is to so on is equals to 1 is to 3 is to 5. Good. Okay. So in this model, if anyone asks you, you have to say even number of harmonics are absent and only odd number of harmonics are present. Okay, in this mode of vibration. Yeah. And in this case, Nana, when we come to the physical term, okay, physics term, except the first frequency in physics, we call it as fundamental frequency. All other frequencies, yesterday I told overtones. We call them as overtones. That's why even though you got 3V by 4L here, okay, this is called as first overtone.
Are present, sir.
Nana?
Even number of overtones are present.
No. There again we are doing the mistake. What is my intention? Suppose here in the two models, Nana, what you are saying, mu 1 is equals to V by 4L. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Nu 3 is equals to 3V by 4. Next, nu 4 is not there. Nu 5 is equals to 5V by 4 and so on. Okay. If I say nth harmonic, you can say the answer. Nth harmonic.
NV by 4L, sir.
Yeah. So look at here, musical part, it is very easy to say. Okay. Whatever the number you are getting, that number only we are writing here. But when we come to physics, it is little bit confusing now. First one is fundamental. Okay. Except fundamental, all higher frequencies are overtones.
Second over.
This is not called as third overtone or second overtone. It is the first overtone only.
Okay, sir.
This is the confusing word. What I'm saying for confusing thing. What I'm saying. Why? Because generally, if I ask the student, "Arey, you have got here 3 nana," so it will be what? Simply he reduces one and tries to say, "Sir, this is second overtone, sir." Okay, and he tries to say this is fourth overtone, sir. That is also wrong now. Followed by this is the second overtone. Okay, that's why here this is a little bit complicated model now. Okay, when you come to exams, better you remember the ratio now. Okay, ratio, very simple, sir. Odd numbers ratio, sir. Okay, 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to 9 is to 11 is to so on. I write first. If I get the question related to these two models, suppose in exam. Okay, and he asked, find out the frequency of this type or that type, frequency of fifth overtone. Okay, so I count here. First one is fundamental. Except fundamental, all are overtones. First overtone, second overtone, third overtone, fourth overtone, fifth overtone. Yes, fifth overtone. I got 11 now. So if they ask find out the frequency of fifth overtone, straight away I say it is 11. Here the common ratio is not V by 2L, no, it is V by 4L. So it is 11 V by 4L straight away. Understood? So better we go through ratio, Nana. We can identify the number of overtone. Okay, instead of writing some formula. Understood?
Yes, sir.
This is the story, Nana, of when one end is fixed and other end is fixed. Okay. Suppose last but not least here today, if I ask, even in this case also, what will be the difference between any two successive frequencies? Here successive means nu3 and nu1 are successive. Why? Because nu2 is not there here. So nu3 minus nu1, or next successive means nu5 minus nu3. Even numbers are absent, Kadanana.
Well, sir.
So on will be how much?
V by 2L, sir.
Very good. That is actually we will get 2V by 4L. What you said is correct, which is V by 2, 100%. So if the wire is stretched between two supports or one end is fixed and the other end is free, in both the models, the difference in two successive frequencies, there also you got the same formula. Difference in two successive frequencies is V by 2L. Here also it is V by 2L. Okay, this is one model here. And suppose if I leave one model, will you try it by tomorrow, Nana?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I am going to ask one model, Nana. This is like one rod. Okay. In this model, the one end is clamped. Clamped means fixed. Okay. Other end is not clamped, left freely. What is the frequency? I solved here on the board. Okay, that part is over. Instead of clamping at one end, suppose exactly clamped at the middle. Okay, means suppose this is rod, Nana. Instead of holding at one end like this, okay, if I hold exactly at the center, I'm holding at the center. This is called as clamping. Okay, top and bottom both are clamped. Means look at midpoint is fixed. So midpoint should be a node. Okay,
Yes.
look at the two ends. Are these two fixed, Nana?
No, sir.
That's why here antinode should be formed. There also antinode should be formed. Okay. Then in this rod, if you create the standing waves, standing means stationary waves. Okay. Standing waves are formed. Then what will be the first frequency? Fundamental. What will be the higher frequencies? What are the higher frequencies? And what will be the ratio of frequencies? Okay. So I am leaving one question to you in which you have to find out what is the fundamental frequency, what are the other higher frequencies, and here what is the ratio of those frequencies. Okay. Keep simple logic, Nana. Apply logic. Here one end is antinode, other is also antinode. So think wisely. First you take one look like this and think wisely. What he is asking, the wave should not be formed from here. Why? Because one end is not node. So it should not be formed from here. Should be formed from there. Antinode. In the middle, node should be there. Okay. Other end should be antinode. Oh, first possibility from here to there. Okay. I think you understood something here. Antinode to node, what is the length, Nana?
Lambda by 4.
Plus again a node to antinode.
Lambda by 4.
So lambda by 4 plus lambda by 4 total. Oh, first possibility, maybe the length of the string is equal to, or rod is equals to lambda by 2. Okay, I gave some hint, Nana. Okay, by this find out the lambda and find out the frequency. That is the fundamental frequency. Okay. Yeah. Higher order frequencies you have to try, Nana. Will you try?
Yes, sir.
Next possibility means think wisely. From here to next possibility means not up to here. This is node. Next antinode will come up to. Okay, will come there. So what will be this length? Okay, that time you will get the second frequency. Likewise, what will be the third? What will be the fourth? And what is the ratio?
Yes, sir.